little bit smaller.
On the screen here?
Yeah, we'll talk about it later, okay?
Oh, okay,
Because it
because I can
says,
even do it while we're talking right now. It's
oh,
not a big deal.
all right. And,
It's so easy to adjust them.
okay. And then I wanted to know is there any way you could put our name underneath it?
Um,
And not today. If you can't do it now, that's fine for
I will
later.
have to play with the names, but I can most definitely resize us.
Okay, and I'll tell you the reason why afterwards, okay?
Alrighty.
All right,
And
thank
we are live, by the way.
Okay, I figured we were. Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Friday, November 21st, a little bit after 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank goodness for the weekend. Uh, as I was telling Crazy B, I am really under the weather. Told you guys that last night, and I wasn't sure I was going to make it today, but we're here, and I'm going to be probably on the quiet, subdued side, believe it or not, unless Crazy B gets me wound up. But I'd like to welcome everybody to Rec Sisters. My name is Dee. My co-host is Crazy B, as you know. Um, we appreciate your support. Please don't forget to like, follow, comment, share, and subscribe. We also have the Discord, which you will see the bot go by in the chat. Please feel free to join. Discussions occurred there that we cannot have on YouTube, and Rumble's okay, but
Better
sometimes,
be safe than sorry.
right, and there's a lot of fun, and things sometimes go off the chain, but
Oh, yes,
it's a good group of
routinely.
people. Yeah, it's a good group of people, and if any of you have any suggestions or topics that you'd like us to cover, feel free to leave it in the chat, in the comments, or on the Discord. And with that, Crazy Bee, what's up with you?
Not much. I've had a pretty slow, moderately boring day.
Okay.
Um, so, not much, really.
Okay.
I
That's
made some adjustments to some things around the room and, fixed up a few things. Got my new ear cover pads for my headset. So I'm back on that instead of my earbuds so I can hear better.
okay.
So, yeah,
Good.
other than that, not much.
Okay.
Why
Cool.
is my phone ringing?
I don't know.
Oh, just the doctor wanted me to confirm my appointment tomorrow. I'm
Tomorrow?
going. I mean, Monday.
Okay.
Monday.
I
Holy
just
fuck.
wondered. Mm.
Monday. Monday, Monday.
There you
Good
go.
song.
I know it is. All right.
Eh,
So, uh,
I'm
today
kind of
is
squirrely.
today is day 4 of our Christmas craft ideas for you to get started early, um, as gift ideas or things that you may want to do around the home. We've covered creating chains made with paper and using other objects around the house. Day 2 was the cookies,
Crackers. The
crackers,
Christmas crackers.
Christmas crackers. That's right, crackhead crackers, I think they're called. No, not that, but that's what we're going to name them.
Yep.
Yesterday we did how to make your own,
Drunken vanilla,
yes, drunken vanilla beans in a bottle.
aka vanilla extract.
Correct. That is a very simple and easy gift idea. And then, so what do you have for us today, Crazy Bee?
Well, it's actually one you sent. So we are going to share it. Hold on, where's the button? There it is. Well, there we are. We made it. Okay.
Okay.
So this one is just a fast, easy trail mix, basically, that you can make for the neighborhood. And holy shit, I want to make this just for myself. Like,
Wait, wait. Okay, I'll comment. Let them watch the video and then I'll comment
okay,
when we're done.
it might be a little loud, so I'm going to turn it down just a tad and adjust if we need it.
Okay.
All right, Zeb, what are we making?
Neighbor gifts.
Neighbor gifts. We're going to make our snack mix that we hand out to our neighbors.
Cheerios, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, pretzels,
those thin ones, black ones.
M&Ms.
I think these are good too.
You think too?
Ooh.
We're gonna box it all up in these Amazon boxes with plastic lids, Merry Christmas tape. We'll top them with kisses and caramels.
That looks yummy.
That looks absolutely delicious. Look at how
I
pretty that
would
is.
totally do this.
So could I put a bow on it as well?
$3.15.
Wow.
Neighbor gifts ready to.
Yeah, it cut off at
Yeah,
before they could say ready to
I,
go.
I'd like to live in their neighborhood to get one of those boxes, and I
Oh,
wonder
hell yeah.
if everybody in the neighborhood does something. But
That would be a great idea. And but neighborhoods like that are so hard to
they're
find.
rare. Yes, they are.
It's
Now, the, the first
scary.
the first thing is, no, you may not have a tote that huge to eat by yourself. No, I don't want to find
Damn.
I don't want to find you inside there, and you're not allowed to have anything bigger than that either.
I'll be like the cats and the dogs prying into it,
Uh-huh.
trying to
Yeah,
get to
yeah.
it.
I'll hear you at night. I'll hear something picking at the lid, or trying to knock it down the cellar
And you'll
step.
be like, what the hell are you doing here?
Uh-huh. But
Oh,
I think it's a nice idea because you could actually make that almost any size that you would want. You could use a shoebox size,
of
or
course.
something bigger, but if you want to use it as a gift idea. But you could buy
Yeah.
boxes of cereal in almost any size, as well
Mm-hmm.
as the M&Ms. Those pretzels that they had are a thin, very thin shaved, almost paper thin pretzel.
Yep.
So it has a different taste than a uh, regular, hard pretzel would.
Yeah, but you
Uh,
could put in those mini pretzel sticks or
yep.
the mini pretzel twists. I mean,
Hmm.
take your pick what you want to do.
Yeah, and
It,
then
it doesn't have to be what they
right,
did. Exactly.
right, and then they topped it off with the Hershey Kisses and the tape, and uh, oh, that's what I wanted to do was to really quickly go out. Can you put the beginning of the or the end of what the box looks like, Crazy Bee?
Oh, yeah. Hold on 1 second.
Okay, I forgot. I wanted to just price real quick. What would you estimate that costs? Do you have any?
For a box of a couple hundred, maybe $30, $40 on
Okay,
Amazon. I mean, I could price it right now if you want.
you go ahead, and I'm checking as well. Let's see if we come up with the same thing.
Alrighty. I'm going to run to Amazon really fast. Um,
Okay, so there are really some cute ones. There's a 24 piece that actually is already pre-decorated. Um,
my keyboard's dying on me. Shit. One moment while I find a cord to charge it. Oh, except somebody stole my freaking cord. I need my cord to charge my cucumber. Wow.
oh, since when do you charge cucumbers?
You made me bend unnecessarily. How dare you? All for your phone because you lose your cord. You're going to go and steal mine.
All right, Crazy Bee. Take care.
Sorry.
I just sent you I didn't think this was too bad of a price, but I wanted you to see a different type of box. This
Oh,
is,
they're exact ones they got. And
yeah.
I'm looking right at it. 20 pack for $9.59.
Wow. Would you send that to me, and
Share the
B,
link.
yes, share the link. But they have
I will put it in the Discord and in the description.
okay. They even have it in oh, this is adorable. Let me
There's
send this
this
to you.
one.
This is
This is
20.
their exact container.
Okay, here's 24 pieces for how much was that?
And then I will make sure I post the link in the
Okay.
description with everything else.
So there was 24 pieces, Crazy Bee. Check that out. It's like a little paper bag carrying what I just sent.
Oh,
That's
okay.
So I sent you two different ones. There's varying options. Really neat.
Oh, that's
Ingenious.
kind of cute. I will share these all in the description and in the Discord,
Hmm.
and that way everyone can enjoy them.
Right. And so just go out to, if you go to Amazon or as a Google search and type in Christmas boxes for treats.
I put Christmas boxes, food boxes.
Okay. Food boxes, or I did for treats. And you'll
Hmm.
get various, I mean, some are cuter than the others. So that would be,
These are.
could you imagine getting that? And I wonder if you could somehow tie the little bottle of vanilla extract or something.
Oh, you most certainly could, or
Yeah.
tape it to the front.
Right, right.
Absolutely, I could see that working.
Hmm.
That
So
would
I,
be a brilliant idea, combining all the presents into one
right.
nice, cute one.
Now, in this particular case, though, guys, I suggest not making it till closer to the holidays,
Yeah,
uh, because you don't want everything to be stale. So, uh,
that's one
you
you
know,
make a day before you go and give it out.
correct. Unless you have a predetermined date in mind, and I'm sure they do for the neighborhood pass out. Uh, wonder how
Oh,
many.
here's Christmas tins with lids. They're the little aluminum foil. You get 50 for $13.
Oh, send that link to me as well, please.
Uh huh. They look like those little, the pre-purchased tins you get with the little
Right?
cardboard lid.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice idea.
It's decorative because it's Christmas. So
Right.
I'll send that to you, and I'll drop it in the link as well. These, and it's again, how many of them? 50 for $13.
That
Not bad.
that's one of the better buys.
And look, I mean, that is so cute. I could see making a bunch of mini cakes or cookies and stuff and put them in there. Some brownies. They just get one giant brownie for Christmas
Oh, that is cute.
because you could bake it. Just
Right.
put the cardboard on afterwards.
Wonder. Hold on one second. How much does it hold? Four and a
These
half
hold
inches by two.
so the serving size or more, a pretty large serving size of cake.
Right. I wonder
Yeah,
what they use it for. Two drumsticks fit inside of it. Oh, that I like that idea.
it's 4 inches, 3 inches. Oh, 6.3 inches long, 3 inches wide, and 2 inches deep.
Right.
Holy shit, you could give some people some nice little treats in that.
Mm-hmm.
Get some candies, make some rock candy or glass candy. You can make all kinds of nice little treats in those.
I think that's one of the better buys.
I think it is. I agree.
Hmm.
So, yeah, folks, the links to those will all be in the description. Um, I didn't label which was which, and I don't remember which order which was which. So
Uh,
it's
we
hit or
want them.
miss.
We want them to look at them all. So
So yeah, have at it. Find what works best for you, and we'll just kind of have some fun with the ideas. And again, anything you create, feel free to share on the server or in the chat. In the comments section. Let us know what you guys are doing with this stuff so we can share it with others.
yeah, sounds great. Um. Oh, so today is friggin' Friday, Crazy Bee.
Yes, it is.
However, we did have some things sort of happen, or is some follow-ups. I'm kind of confused as to, I don't know really what we're doing because it's the editor's choice. So you
It's
just
basically the stuff you've added since last night. A few
okay.
funny things one of the funniest things you've ever sent over. And
Mm,
then we have a little bit of political. We can tap into the stuff we didn't cover over the past week.
okay,
You know, you have access to the notes. If you see something you think is something we should cover, let me know and I'll bring it to the top.
sounds great. All right, what do you got up first for us?
First was what you sent me last night about Mamdani backing that candidate who called 9/11's terror attack a couple people that a couple people did.
Yes, this is pretty scary stuff. And as we mentioned, CAIR, that's the CAIR, and that's the Center for Islamic Relations, the Council for American Relations,
Islamic relations.
Islamic Relations. Don't forget that they are greatly involved in, what's the word I want to use, in developing candidates for political office, as well as backing them, supporting them, and doing whatever they possibly can to get them elected.
They're overthrowing our country the safe way.
Correct. Yeah. From within. And as we mentioned, Mamdani is the catalyst that has now lit the fire that things are going to be rapidly taking off. 46 candidates this past election were elected to various offices, from mayor to state legislatures to assemblymen and other political positions. So Mamdani is now backing a candidate for a state assembly seat who once described 9/11 as a terror attack that a couple of people did. News that the incoming mayor was backing Abbott, a longtime Palestinian American activist, was revealed by a member of his mayoral transition team during a closed-door Democrat Socialists of America meeting in Manhattan last week, according to a NY Daily News report. Mamdani told me that while he has tremendous respect for everyone in this race, he has said that he will support Abbott in whatever she pursues. Top political advisor to the Mamdani transition, Sam McCain said during the meeting, according to the newspaper. Fox News Digital has reached out to Mamdani and has attempted to reach out to Kawas.
I guarantee nothing's coming from that.
No. Since 2010, Kawas has been an organizer in the city's Arab and Muslim community, the New York Post reported. She is reportedly trying to garner support from the DSA for a run in the 24th Assembly District in
34th.
Queens. Oh, 34. Hold up, wait a minute. All right,
Sorry.
that's okay. I had to take my glasses off, trying to do it with them on. Okay, go ahead.
What I find,
Go ahead.
just before I scroll, what I find weird is that they're allowing women to run for politics, where in the Middle East that's unacceptable.
Well, perhaps it's an issue of control. In that,
That's true.
you know what I
It's
mean?
to get it started and then
Mm-hmm.
switch. It's a bait and switch type of thing.
Correct.
Okay.
Why? Perhaps, why would you bring in a obvious, although the women uh, is an odd group, because there have been no men that have been highlighted in that area. So for him to be surrounded by women, I question his thought process in that. I'm
Yeah.
not sure it is a. Uh, I'm not sure who did the hiring on this. I find it very difficult to believe that a male was not capable of any of these positions. So is he perhaps discriminating, against others? I'm not sure.
Or is he just a sexist pig that likes having women around him?
That's possible. And again, issues of control. And then it got me thinking about all the $4 million, and he said it goes to pay his staff. And I
Uh huh.
wonder if that money will go to these women and will be disseminated inappropriately, perhaps.
That's possible. On paper, they get paid more, but in reality, they get a fraction of it
Mm-hmm.
and it goes somewhere else.
Right. And
It's possible.
remember CAIR, CAIR, has been designated a terrorist organization by Governor Greg Abbott of Texas. CAIR has countersued Abbott, saying that they are not. However,
We
Ken
have that
Paxton,
also.
Ken Paxton, the Attorney General, says otherwise.
Okay.
So the link of capitalism and racism and white supremacy and Islamophobia have all been used to colonize lands. Well, just stop right there a second. Did that or did that not, and is it or is it not still occurring in the Arab nations? Everything
They
that you
are
said.
okay. They okay. One, white supremacy did not cause Islamics to move out of the Middle East and span into India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, all the way up into Europe, all over the Mediterranean region, all the way up into the Norse region, the Norway,
Right?
Sweden,
Mm-hmm.
Finland. Those countries have had a massive influx of Islamic people. What the fuck do they mean white supremacy and
Right.
Islamophobia has all been used to colonize lands? What the fuck? That makes zero sense. We have not. How many white people live in the Middle East and have forced the Islamic people out? Someone tell me.
Yes, please do. If you know it, drop it in the chat. Uh, Also, to take resources from other people. And so this is a long trajectory, and we're just seeing the manifestations of that continuation with 9/11, she said in one unearthed clip posted on social media.
Oh God. Oh, that's it.
Okay.
So,
Uh, could you, Crazy Bee, by any chance, could you find a photo of her?
one moment, please. I need her name
It is,
right here.
yep.
I'm just going to copy it. 1 second. Images, which there are not supposed to be. Take a look.
Wow.
So that's what she looks like.
Now, while I am looking at her, I do have, or I did have, I just want to mention this briefly, and I do think we talked about this. Women police officers that are Muslim are permitted by the police department to wear their hijab.
Hmm.
Recently, they held a community gathering where they had the residents come in and they put hijabs on the residents. Now, that is I would be considered to be an insidious way to worm your way into an
It's a
American
step in the
culture.
wrong direction that
Correct.
leads to a slippery slope. Now, again, I have no issues that it's of their own accord and it's not forced on them.
Right.
But the
However,
fact that it could become forced on people is what's concerning.
and that's what I wonder. Right now, it appeared to be a voluntary type thing. In the future, could it be forced upon them? Now, with that being said, I thought the assimilation was to be to the American culture. Not that you
Not
can't,
the other way around.
yeah, not that you can't uh, query or investigate or check out something else, but when's the last time a police department held a Christian, you know, community
Um,
outreach program or a Catholic one and they
it's
handed out rosary beads? I mean, this is just,
I'm not sure. I'm sure that kind of stuff does happen. It's just it doesn't make the news
well,
because Christianity evil bad.
right. Now, going back to the issue that I have is I actually watched several police women in their hijabs And I'm here to tell you there is no freaking way that they are going to go and manhandle a man that is out of control and try to put handcuffs on him with the hijab on. It's not
Well,
happening.
the one thing it does prevent is their hair from being used against them. They can't get pulled by their hair.
No, but they're just going to be strangled by the hijab. That's all.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. I
I
can see
mean,
it being used both ways.
if you need to cover your hair, wear a baseball cap, a beanie, some other type of garment. But when you look at these pictures and you see the material that is in front of their
Yeah,
neck all the way down, that's dangerous.
that's
I mean,
choking material.
yes, it
Yes.
is. I mean, the places that officers have to go into, uh, that could get caught on things, and, uh, you know, you could be grabbed and just whipped around. I am not at all a fan. I am not in favor of this. This is a accident waiting to happen, and it's going to. Somebody will definitely get hurt in this.
Yeah, I don't see it going well either, to be quite honest.
Right. Now, you may also see there's rumors. This is a rumor. I have found nothing definitive, but there is a rumor going around that Mamdani is going to make it mandatory for elementary schools to teach Arabic. I find, or the Arabic alphabet to start. I find that very hard to believe that that could possibly be done, but I will keep you posted on it.
It reminds me of something that was sent to me earlier about
Okay.
whether schools should teach Arabic numerals or not. And I just busted up laughing.
Uh huh.
We've
Well.
been using Arabic numerals for the better part of 4 or 5 centuries.
Uh huh.
So I busted up laughing when the poll showed strongly no. And I'm cracking up laughing my ass off.
What
I
do we
even
go?
put it up.
Are
I
we
put
going to
it
go
up on my
back to?
Discord.
Are we going back to the Roman numerals? Right.
I can do Roman numerals
I know.
pretty
So can I.
easy.
Do you remember having
But
to learn that? That was funny. And what do we what do we need it for? Now, I'll be very interested to see if the schools are still teaching that, and then I'll have to pitch a bitch because they're not teaching cursive writing and a lot of other skills that they've dropped.
yeah, but like every time we write the letters 1 through 9, 0 through 9, we are using Arabic numerals.
Mm-hmm.
And so many people don't know it. They absolutely flip out. And it's like, what have the school? And again, my school didn't teach it.
Mm-hmm.
I, being the nerd I am, found it later where our numbers come from.
Right.
But the schools don't tell everyone these are where these numbers come from. They're just English writing. No, they're
Right.
Arabic numerals. We've been using them for like 4 centuries. Someone needs to do better at educating our society.
Right. Right. Crazy Bee, perhaps you could find that information out, not
Oh, the
now, but
poll or
uh,
the
about the numbers, and then we could share it with them on Tuesday.
I just know it was a poll. Someone took a screenshot of the poll and he gave it to me on my Discord,
I see. Okay.
and that's where I got pulled it from.
Okay.
Let me see if it says on there. It doesn't even say where it's from, but here I can. Hold on. Let me do this. Copy image. Minimize. Oh no, hold on. Hold on. I should
And
be able to do
again, I'd
this.
like to make it clear to the audience that Crazy Bee and I are not against anybody's religion as long as it is not imposed upon us or the
Mm-hmm.
country.
Here, I'll show you guys what it was on my server. So 1 second while I switch this over. Um, Right here was the pole.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we use Arabic numerals. These are Arabic numerals. This right here, Arabic numerals. It's why I'm dying laughing.
Can you uh in Wikipedia or something, can you pull that up for how long we've been can you just put in
Oh, can I go find it really quick
yeah,
in the
the
Google
history of,
search?
yeah, like do the history of Arabic numerals.
Okay, 1 second. Well, I put us back on this and do a quick Google search. Okay. Oh, I was wrong. It says only about 500 years, so 5 centuries.
Okay.
Since the 15th century, according to Google AI.
And I wonder, so I'm assuming that Europe and everybody else, were they using Roman numerals?
Yes, that was the original, was the
Okay.
Roman numerals, but it was more complicated to write those out in some cases, but yeah.
Okay.
So they switched to wrote the Arabic numerals.
That's very interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, 4 or 5 centuries.
Wow.
Yeah, I was off by 1 century when I
That's
said about 4 centuries,
yeah. You're okay.
which is why I was so completely baffled when people were like, should they be allowed to teach Arabic numerals?
While you're in there, could you look up the Arabic alphabet?
Mm-hmm. All right. It's made of 28 consonants. It is written from right to left with letters changing shape based on their position in a word.
Is
Um,
there any examples?
that's what I'm pulling up. Nope, that's not an example. Give me 2 seconds. Images. There we are. Some examples.
Could you zoom out on one?
Let me enlarge, you mean? Here we go. There we are.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And then it shows you how you can, the phonetic spelling, the name, and how to write it.
And then you have to put them all together like we do our words?
Hmm.
Wow. That's very interesting.
It's no different than like the Spanish alphabet, which you have
Right,
to learn how to put together, or the French
right,
alphabet. Languages are pretty universal in that setup.
right.
What matters is the sentence structure. Does
Correct.
the noun come before the pronoun, or this, that, or how sometimes they get switched?
Right, right.
And the descriptors and stuff are usually before in some languages versus after.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I yeah,
Interesting.
it's a
Okay.
little interesting. I like learning languages whether I need to or not.
Right.
I'm a weirdo.
Yeah, I think I find history
Oh,
fascinating.
I forgot to hit share.
Okay then.
This it goes into
Did you share
more
the
detail.
okay, did you share the numbers with them so they know what the numbers look like?
Oh no, but I can go do that really quick.
I just I just wanted them to see what it looked like.
Oh, the Arabic numbers.
Uh-huh.
Except we use them every day, so what
I know
difference does
I just want
in
I just want
Arabic versus English? It's here.
okay.
This is Arabic versus English. So, wow, kind of similar. Look
Yeah,
at that 9. But yeah, this is the Arabic numerals that we've been using since the 1500s ish.
Wow.
The 15th
Oh,
century, I apologize. Yeah,
okay. Well,
yeah, Western Arabic numerals. Ones we
so again,
all recognize.
right. So whoever is sending out information and then it gets reposted and, reposted, please do so a little bit of due diligence and at least do a little Google search to see what you're looking
Yeah.
at before you start posting stuff.
It is funny though that when you get a poll like the one I showed, that was a big gotcha
Mm-hmm.
because reading comprehension sucks, and they probably assumed we meant teach the Arabic way of how to pronounce the numbers and stuff and all that in the Arabic language. But fundamentally, it's still stupid.
Right.
We have been using Arabic numerals for a long ass time. Everybody uses them every single day of their lives. And people are saying, no, we shouldn't teach them. So, what should we teach them instead? Anyone?
No.
I just don't know anymore. Like, hold on, back to sharing here. This is, I don't know why it didn't share it right. But yeah, this is fundamentally what they're afraid of being taught. And again,
Well,
we use
I
these versions of the Arabic numbers for a lot. This is more modern Arabic. This is Eastern Arabic, but these are the Western Arabic numbers.
well, if anything, I would suggest that Arabic be considered an elective, just like you could take Spanish, French, German. It would be your choice of whether or not you wanted to learn it. It should not be something that's mandatory.
Hold on, let me see if I can zoom in on this because it literally, yep, European descendant from West Arabic, Arabic Indic, which is the ones that are commonly used throughout India and parts of the Middle East. This is the Hindi version of the numbers, and this is Tamil. So, yeah, we've been using this. It's, again, I just can't get over how people didn't realize how ridiculous they are.
Right.
I can't help but feeling, what the hell is wrong with our American education system? That
Well,
people don't know where this comes from.
the good news is we'll have this more details next week, but the Department of Education is going to be dismantled, and people are
Finally.
frickin' flipping out.
Why couldn't they
Yeah.
have done it while my kids were in school, like
And
10 years ago?
yeah, and studies have shown that I think it's been 40 years, 30 or 40 years they've been in existence. And since the start of it, the education for our children has declined rapidly.
Really? I
Uh,
would have never
yeah,
guessed.
I'll have some very interesting stats to share with you. Uh, Proof that our kids are in dire need of education.
Yep. Our school systems are abhorrent. They're
Mm-hmm.
horrible. They are deplorable. I have been bitching about it. I used to fight my kids' schools to try and make them do at least some work because the schools just kind of threw their hands up and said, whatever.
Right.
It's like,
Up.
excuse me?
Right. It's awfully quiet in the chat. There's nobody here today.
It looks like we only have one person watching right now.
Okay.
They might be busy. It is a Friday. People are probably out getting their paychecks cashed and dealing with a lot of stuff.
Yes, definitely.
Let, let me see what the numbers show over on YouTube and Rumble itself. Because our numbers might not be coming through accurately. No, we're showing nobody on YouTube.
I just wanted to make
And
sure we are live.
yeah, according to this, we
Okay.
are, yeah, we're live.
Okay.
It's bizarre. We have one viewer over
In
in
fact, hold on. I'll go.
Rumble.
Uh, do. Bear with me one moment, please.
I
Oh,
sent out the notifications
okay.
onto all the different platforms. It might just be that everybody's busy today.
Right, right.
Or are we being stifled? No, because the bots went off on my server and the Rex sister server.
Okay.
So no, YouTube's notifications went out.
Alrighty.
So I
Alright.
guess everybody's going to catch up on this after the fact. But
All
yeah, it's pretty messed up, the school system and all that.
right. Well, we'll keep this story alive as well. Alright, Crazy Bee, what you got for us next?
Another thing you sent over from the Hill.
Ooh, yes. So, as I mentioned, CAIR sues Texas over that terrorist designation.
Mm-hmm. Oh, do I need to scroll? Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
Mm-hmm. And I think we could listen to the audio, Crazy Bee.
Okay.
CAIR sues Texas over terrorist designation by Serena Venkat. The Council of American Islamic Relations,
Perhaps
CAIR
not. I
legal
don't
arm,
hear it.
has filed a lawsuit
Oh,
challenging
shit.
Texas
You should
Governor
be able to
Greg
hear it.
Abbott's Republican.
It says I'm sharing.
No, I don't hear a word.
Really?
Oh, the thing's still it's muted. Go up to the
No.
video. Yeah, go
That's
up.
the video. This is the article.
Okay.
And when I hit play the article, I
CAIR
hear
sues
it.
Texas over terrorist
That's
designation
very
by
odd.
Serena Venkat.
That is. I can hear it, but you guys can't.
Okay. Well, the Council of American. Could you enlarge it a little bit, Crazy Bee?
Yes, I can.
Thank you. The Council on American Islamic Relations, also known as CAIR, its legal arm has filed a lawsuit challenging Texas Governor Greg Abbott, he's a Republican, designation of their group as a foreign terrorist organization, a stance at odds with the U.S. government. Now, the U.S. government has become involved again. If you recall, Ken Paxton asked the DOJ just this week, a couple days ago. They have found a Security and Exchange Commission's issue with the
Mm-hmm.
people that participated in getting the money together for Epic City, also going to be known as the Meadow. So that project hopefully will get put on hold. CAIR is the nation's largest Muslim civil rights advocacy organization, according to a description on its website. The organization's Legal Defense Fund and the Muslim Legal Fund of America, a legal advocacy group for Muslims, sued both Abbott and Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, also a Republican, on Thursday to prevent the enforcement of Abbott's designation. CAIR Legal Defense Fund has successfully sued and defeated Texas Governor Abbott the last 3 times he tried to violate the First Amendment by punishing critics of the Israeli government. Lena Masri, litigation director and general counsel at CAIR, said in a statement accompanying the organization's press release announcing the lawsuit. CAIR and its various chapters have been vocal critics of Israel's war in Gaza. The lawsuit we have filed today is our first step towards defeating Governor Abbott again so that our nation protects free speech and due process for all Americans, Masri continued. Abbott's proclamation, which he signed Tuesday, designated both CAIR and the Muslim Brotherhood as foreign terrorist organizations and transnational criminal organizations.
Scrolling. Whoops, too far.
The State Department does not classify either the Muslim Brotherhood or CAIR as a foreign terrorist organization, an official classification designated by the Secretary of State. It's unclear how Abbott will enforce his designations against CAIR and the Muslim Brotherhood. According to a press release from Abbott's office, his proclamation prevents both CAIR and the Muslim Brotherhood from purchasing or acquiring land in Texas. CAIR's lawsuit argues that the enforcement of the proclamation would create an imminent risk of harm. The idea that Governor Abbott's going to claim that CAIR, an American Muslim civil rights group, is somehow a foreign terrorist group, it's patently ludicrous, Edward Ahmed Mitchell, CAIR's national deputy director, said at a virtual press conference on Thursday, and it's the clearest example of bigotry that you call a Muslim that you disagree with a terrorist.
But if anyone stopped in at the Ren and Arby show last night, there was a lot of ties to terrorism.
Right, and
Holy fuck!
what is somebody called that does not
Who stays silent when
well,
asked an opinion.
yeah, or who does not decide to convert to the religion?
Oh
What
yeah,
are
the
you called?
infidels. We're an infidel if we don't agree.
Right. If you could scroll back up, Crazy Bee, I'd like to see their lawsuit. Go down, down, or up. Hold up. No, I'm sorry. Go, scroll up. Okay, stop. Down here, here's me pointing. Do you see me pointing at the screen?
Uh-huh.
Okay, where it says press release. Not Abbott's, theirs. Yeah, right there.
Hold on. Okay. It doesn't say much, it's just your standard. Oh, that's just another article.
Okay.
It doesn't show anything.
Okay.
Just statements.
Now,
But people can absolutely find this.
Okay, so one of the big things we talked about this week was their ability to have boots on the ground, so to say. They're great in their organization abilities. As we previously mentioned, 46 Muslims were nominated to public office from the east to the west coast, with 4 races pending. I have yet to hear the outcome. There is also Crazy Bee. It was a little bit too late, but I do want to mention that. Where do I want to go? I'll find it later, but somebody that really supported Mamdani in his bid for mayor wants to run against Hakeem Jeffries, and Mamdani is not supporting him. And
yes, actually, that we have a YouTube video on that towards the end.
Oh, we do? Okay, I couldn't remember if I sent it to you or not.
You
But
did. Yep.
this
Oh
is a
boy.
prime example. Maybe when we get done with this part, Crazy Bee, I don't know what you have in the lineup, but if you
we can absolutely cover it really quick
Okay.
right after. I can juggle this around.
Okay, thank you. That way we'll keep the concept together. So you will see this gentleman really hustled for Mamdani, and then he wants to run against Hakeem Jeffries. He is gaining more and more support every day. However, there's issues whether or not somebody should be running against, quote unquote, the head of the Democrat Party.
Yeah, I believe this is the one you sent from Behizzy, George, right?
Yes, that's
okay. Yep. Okay, well, we can jump into that really quick since we're talking about it. And
yes, and
George is awesome.
Yes, George here, we've known him for quite some time. And you want to talk about a man that has been taken down by YouTube and
Various other platforms.
other platforms and has come back. I mean, he has done nothing but spoke truth to power. Pretty much anything he has to say. Uh, I've
And he
never,
backs it up with some pretty good proofs
yes,
when
I,
he needs to.
hmm and he's been back on YouTube. I'm not with this past year, I believe. I'm not sure.
It was with this recent unbanning wave
Uh,
that they did.
right, right. So we're glad to see him back. He has come back with a little bit of an attitude, I think. A little bit of
I
kick.
think he's entitled to it after
Oh,
what he's
so
been
do I.
through.
So do I. Some people might say he's a smartass or whatever, but I am
Oh,
so
he's always had sarcasm, and
yes.
I believe he's talked about being on the autism spectrum before.
Okay.
Um, but he is absolutely a smartass when it's well deserved.
Oh yes. All
And
right.
hi, Blue Rose.
Hey, Blue. Good afternoon.
All right, let me hit play and have some fun with this.
Man, I just love watching Democrats fight
I
each other.
cannot hear it.
Dana White, you're picking the wrong fights to put on.
Crazy.
How?
I don't know. Blue,
Okay.
can you hear the video?
If not, I can pull it up the other way.
Okay.
I have a few ways that I can share this video.
Okay.
Right here. Oh,
Oh,
my daughter
Blue
just brought me
can.
some
If
cake.
you want, I'll go out and come back in.
Okay. If it'll help, because
Let me
if I
try.
share it the other way, you probably won't hear it anyways.
Okay, hold on.
Okay. Mm. My daughter made cake and she just brought me two pieces. Oh my god. Mm. Yummy. Here I am eating cake. I love it when my daughter bakes. She makes such good food. My son has gotten amazing at frying eggs. He's learning to cook. It's a white cake with vanilla frosting. Very
Okay.
simple cake.
Okay, Crazy Bee, I'm
Oh,
back. And if you would make a notation on this that we were unable to hear the video.
mm-hmm. Hold on one second. Let me write it down. What time is it?
Okay.
3:53.
Uh, correct. And we appreciate everybody's patience. This is not our issue. As we mentioned this week, we will be meeting with EVMUX to go over the reasons why we are having so much difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see if
So
we
let's
hear it
try
now.
audio again and see.
Okay.
One second. I got frosting all over my hand.
I
Man, I
hear
just
it.
love watching Democrats fight each other. Dana White, you're picking the wrong fights to put on pay per view. This is the main event we want to pay to see. Democrats from all sides. The communists, the socialists, the radical left, the establishment Democrats, just ripping each other apart. Dana, this is what we want to see. Ladies and gentlemen, Hakeem Jeffries, aka Fast Food Barack Obama, aka if you blink real quick, you'll see Barack, aka Dollar Store Obama, aka Thrift Store Barack, is in huge trouble. He's in big
I almost spit out my
trouble.
cake.
Yes, I can sing. Somebody get me a concert. Hakeem Jeffries is now facing removal from his own side. I kid you not, ladies and gentlemen. Not only is he under tremendous pressure for his connections with Jeffrey Epstein, which is funny because he was one of the big people pushing for the release of the Epstein files because of the political convenience of the moment to do so. And I guess he never checked to see whether he was implicated because Epstein was a attendee at multiple fundraisers, according to the documents, for Hakeem Jeffries. So, yeah, really interesting, right? So Hakeem Jeffries embraced the socialist left, the radicals, and now, like parasites, they're eating them out alive. From the inside, Chi Osei files paperwork to challenge Jeffries from the left. That's on Axios. Chi Osei is a New York City council member, and he filed the paperwork to challenge Jeffries in the Democrat primary. A 27-year-old person who is highly connected to, guess who, Zoran Mamdani. And he says the Democrat Party's leadership, basically talking about Hakeem Jeffries, because he is the national Democrat leader, is not only failing to effectively fight back against Donald Trump, they have also failed to deliver a vision that we all believe in. See, I see Jeffries as someone who is antagonistic towards Trump in every single way, but I guess the radical left wants him to be even more against Trump. But anyways, these failures are some of the many reasons why I am currently exploring a potential run for New York's 8th Congressional District. Chi Osei is Haitian, so another foreigner who wants to destroy America, much like Zoran Mamdani. He has a message for the Democrat Socialist of America. Now, you guys might think this is not a big deal, like he's a nobody and he's not going to win. First of all, he is an elected council member in New York, so he's well known in his district, which includes Hakeem Jeffries' congressional seat. So not only that, but he is a radical, and the Democrat Party is kind of getting taken over by these radicals, and this is going to be a really important race. So the moment he steps in, it's going to be a bloodbath for Hakeem Jeffries, because you have these Marxists that are just going to tell people, hey, look, Hakeem Jeffries isn't doing enough because he's not doing enough free stuff for you. He's not giving out enough free stuff. I'm going to give you a free car when I get in. When that rhetoric starts getting fed to those gullible Democrat voters, they're going to buy it. Look at this guy.
I see DSA members. This can only be done and only be tried in partnership with you. And we must try. The national leader of the Democratic Party could be anywhere in America. And by some random chance, it's a man whose millions from AIPAC become billions for bombs. And he's right here in Brooklyn. I believe we have an obligation of circumstance. It could be by anyone, anywhere, but it's us here. Over $150,000 and 1,000 volunteers are pre-pledged. This would grow capacity.
1,000 volunteers in a district of 750,000 people. That's pretty crazy. And 150 grand raised already.
Not strain it. And this will grow black socialism and strengthen the movement for the sake of our neighborhoods and the millions overseas who we will never meet. I'm asking you to vote yes.
1 second,
We have to
Crazy
try.
B.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
heard what he said, correct?
Yes.
Black socialism.
Yep.
Not
Uh-huh.
not just socialism for everybody. What does that mean specifically? What is black?
Nothing.
Okay.
Black socialism has absolutely no meaning. All it is a way to signal to the blacks that, oh, I'm going to make sure we're the top of the socialist ladder, not white people or any other race.
Right. So in other words, we here are looking at a true racist.
Yes, which socialism is based on racism and classism. They have their prejudice against the others.
Unbelievable.
I don't see how these idiots who think socialism is so great, communism, socialism, all basically one group of people is better than the rest, and the rest of you are slaves to the better people. Yet they're like, racism bad. Yeah, well, you do realize that by supporting socialism or communism, you are part of the problem, right?
Yep. This is scary stuff. Okay.
Because they think they're going to be the group that's on top, but in reality, you're just a useful pawn idiot to get other people in power who are going to forget about you as soon as they're done.
Right. So if you take a look at him, and we're going to watch a little bit more of him and compare him to Hakeem Jeffries, in my opinion, he's like the younger version of him.
This is a younger Al Sharpton.
Perhaps. I'd lean more towards that. That is true. So basically, Hakeem Jeffries, now that he has the tie to Jeffrey Epstein, I can't wait to see when those records drop what's in there, but is basically washed up, they're saying.
Well, Hakeem Jeffries has been a problem for a while. Even
Mm-hmm.
Nancy Pelosi was having troubles with him.
Right.
And then you get this. This is the left eating the left to determine who's going to be at the top in the end.
That's
And
correct.
it's going to be a bad. You're going to watch a lot of people get destroyed, slandered, dragged through the mud by their own party.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where we're going to see Republicans don't do that as much, even though they probably need to get in rank and order. But that rank and order that Nancy Pelosi had in place has crumbled.
Right.
It is gone. She is not there to metaphorically crack the whip and keep everyone in check. And this is what happens. They
Right.
are eating themselves because they don't have a powerful, strong leader with an alcohol problem. Oh, and bad makeup. Sorry.
And painted on eyebrows.
Yeah, so the fact is they don't have a strong leader, but the Republicans aren't much better.
Right.
And so we need to get all of these politicians the hell out and don't let these crazy motherfuckers in. I'd rather take the discombobulated jackasses we've got over a bunch of socialists.
Right.
I really want to see more of the right organized and on top of this, but less of the left. Socialism. I will take a Democrat as long as they don't believe in socialism.
Right.
So, yeah.
Good.
Socialism's scary. Very scary.
Extremely.
All right.
He is criticizing Hakeem Jeffries with any opportunity he gets. Now, here's what's interesting. You would think someone like AOC and Mamdani, people of the same political ilk, would be supporting his run. I mean, Chi Ose and Mamdani, campaigned together so Mamdani could win the mayoral election.
It's time for our city to turn a new page.
Because this mayor sold us out.
I'm Chi Ose,
I'm Zohran Mamdani,
and I represent New York City Council District 36.
Oh my God.
What's this campaign style? Zohran Mamdani kind of
Eric.
invented it,
Eric.
I guess, where you're just on the move and you're saying different things at different parts of the city. And it got him a lot of votes for sure. It's cringe, okay? This whole just saying things as you're on the move and climbing stairs, it's cringy to me. It's clearly
It is
working.
very cringe.
So you would think Mamdani is supporting Ose, but Mamdani just urged the Democrat Socialist of America not to endorse a challenger to Jeffries, his friend Chi Ose. Isn't that interesting? So Mamdani
You know
says
why, don't you?
the Democrat.
You know why, right?
Mm,
Because he perhaps could be more powerful than Mamdani is.
yeah, with how young he is.
Uh-huh.
And he could come back for mayor after the fact.
Correct.
But I don't see Mamdani getting a second election.
Mm.
Especially when he falls flat on his face with all the promises he was going to make.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, people are idiots.
Right. They're extremely gullible.
Oh, it drives me nuts at how stupid and gullible some people are. Like, and again, this is on both sides. I get it from both sides, right and left. Okay, like, insane what people fall for. And they're absolutely sure it's true. And I'm like, I would bet my last dollar it's all bullshit.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, how? How can you, like, what do you mean? And it's like, yeah, I am not an idiot. You are. I'm not talking about you, Arby. But if you feel the shoe fits.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm talking about the absolute ones that, like, drive me mad. Insane in the membrane. He's going at the song. Okay, I'm going to shut up. But no, I have an issue with how gullible our society has become. Like,
right. They believe
basic
everything they
logic.
see. Right. They do the little TikTok version. Or, perhaps see, something on TV and they believe it. And there's no
Yeah.
further discussion, debate, anything about it. Or perhaps
There's
we do
Candace
have.
Owens' best one right now is Charlie Kirk's kids weren't his, and he got the DNA proof, and that's why he was killed. Oh, for fuck's sake! Yes.
Hmm. Well, you
Yeah.
never know. You never know.
You never know, but and there's no way she could prove it. Everything she's waving around as proof is probably faked. I quit believing people because they are just trying to stay relevant. Any of those clickbait titles, clickbait topics, it's so they can be relevant.
Right.
And there's hardly anything to it. This is back to alien shoved a probe up my rear end.
Mm-hmm.
Prove it.
We actually, we both watched, and we will not name him, but we watched a content creator who has a relatively huge following, and for some reason and his information was accurate. You know, you
Overall,
it,
smart guy.
extremely, and then all of a sudden, titles turned into clickbait, and you'd click on it, and the title had nothing to do with what he was talking about. Or it would be, for example, Whoopi Goldberg has been fired from The View. And you get in
Yeah.
there, and all it was there was a little tiff or something, or maybe Whoopi wasn't even mentioned, and you're left
Mm-hmm.
thinking, like, what the heck is going on here?
I stopped watching him, and
Mm-hmm.
I used to follow him faithfully, watching all of his videos because he was level headed,
Uh-huh.
very on fact, and still is. But
Right.
I won't support that ridiculous clickbait.
Right.
I can't. Like, even though the dude is on it, he is so on point. I can't watch him.
Right.
And sadly, this does match quite a few content
But
creators.
exactly. Mm-hmm.
It's gotten really bad.
Well,
And
I do believe that he, if I recall correctly, that YouTube did something to him. I don't know if they took the platform down or he was threatened with it.
they were threatening demonetization.
Mm-hmm.
So he went with clickbait. Really? Oh my God, Arby, behave. But yeah, that's one of the reasons I do still like George. He's not clickbaity, and he is very straight to the point with what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, let me hit play before we end up on another tangent that leads us somewhere else.
Okay.
Socialist aligning against Jeffries would hurt his efforts to secure mainstream Democrat support for his proposals in New York. And so he's throwing his friend under the bus. Oh, socialists aren't loyal friends? Wow, didn't know that. They're willing to throw their allies under the bus the first opportunity they get? Wow, who could have seen that coming? So now you have this rift within the socialist. So it's not just against the Democrats or the establishment Democrats. It's now a much larger rift that's growing. And you think the left, the socialists, are going to accept Mamdani saying, don't endorse Chiose? No, they're going to endorse him. Maybe not, maybe they will. But either way, this guy clearly has momentum and name recognition because he's already an assemblyman, a council member, rather, in New York. AOC also threw cold water on Osei's run. The far-left squad member, who reps parts of the Bronx and Queens, originally said she was not aware of Councilman Chi Osei's recently filed primary bid. But I certainly don't think a primary challenge to the leader is a good idea right now, she added to reporters. I believe there are many ways right here in New York City to both deliver on affordability and take on the authoritarian administration in the White House. So Mamdani also sidestepping a question about Osei. But here's the thing. I mean, this is kind of how Mamdani got a lot of spotlight. At first, no one was behind him to that level. And then as he gained name recognition, suddenly he became a real figure and he just won the race. He beat the Democrat primary opponent, Andrew Cuomo, and beat him again in the general, even though he had millions of dollars. So if Osei builds the same momentum, the leader of the Democrat Party could be kicked out by the people he embraced. Hakeem Jeffries took a very long time, but he eventually endorsed Mamdani, which I guess he's going to regret now, because he embraced the socialist and now they want him gone. Mamdani said, "No way, Osei." That's funny. I think this guy has a huge chance to upset
I
the
like that.
establishment in the Democrat Party. And they deserve it. They deserve to be destroyed by their own. I don't want to ever give Democrats credit for anything, but for a long time, the establishment Democrats have been relatively favorable to capitalism, to free trade, free markets, and the principles economically that make this country great. Although they believe in always expanding the power of the government, there's still some belief that you can't just be non-competitive with the rest of the world when it comes to your tax rates and other things. I'd say someone like Gavin Newsom, even though he's a complete lunatic and a sociopath and a psychopath, he kind of understands that. But the socialists just want to ban private ownership. Like, that's how bad it is. They just want corporations to leave New York so that the government can own everything. So that's the difference. I'm going to say the establishment Democrats have done a good job of keeping the socialist out, keeping AOC and her squad limited. But now, my gosh, it's completely imploding. The mayor of New York City, the biggest Democrat city in the country, is a socialist. I mean, what does that say? Is Jeffries even the national leader of the party? Or is it Zoran Mamdani? Because it's Zoran right now. Zoran and his policies and proposals are popular among Democrat voters. Democrats are becoming socialist at a higher rate. Yeah, it's bad. I think Hakeem Jeffries is going to be spending money on his seat, and it's good for Republicans because he's going to be so focused on fending off this primary challenge that they might have to spend too much money on his seat, on convincing voters in his district. And you got to remember, Democrat voters aren't like Republicans. Democrat voters will vote against a Democrat that has all that name recognition because they're not strategic. Strategically, it's stupid to, vote out your national leader. Could you imagine if the district Mike Johnson was in became like a battleground? Mike Johnson's probably going to run unopposed in his primary because conservatives know, because they have brain cells, he's never going to lose. But Democrats are the only people that believe, yeah, we can take out our national leader because we want more socialism. They're willing to cause chaos, these socialists, to get what they want. The ends justify the means, so they are willing to destroy and burn the party that keeps them alive to get what they want, which is the destruction of America and its cities and counties and towns and villages and neighborhoods. They want to destroy everything here. So I love this. Thank you all very much for watching. God bless and goodbye.
He's spot on.
Mhm.
They are destroying themselves, and Hakeem Jeffries is going to be worried now about it keeping his seat.
Yeah, he's already worried. He's been worried.
Oh, yeah.
And I
AOC
think,
was trying to dethrone him, too.
right. I think George has done well, if AOC tries to take out Schumer for the Senate seat, wow, wouldn't that be something? Although they'd probably not have a, per se, leadership role, like, he wouldn't become the Speaker of the House or anything like that, potentially, I don't think.
I don't see Hakeem becoming Speaker of the House, even though he's tried desperately.
He already is. Oh, no, Mike Johnson is. He's the minority leader.
Yes.
But, yeah, the Republicans better stay on their toes for these midterms.
But who really wants a politician that will intentionally give a 24-hour speech just to hold up a vote?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So
that's something children do. Sorry.
Yeah, I think George did a nice summation for us, ending this week on this topic. This as well as CAIR, and the whole issue regarding the potential takeover of America from the inside out. We will continue to follow the story.
We'll keep an eye on it.
All right, what do you got next in the hopper there, ma'am?
Stephen Miller had some really important news. You sent this over bright and early.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's take a peek at this.
All right, folks, so let's start off with this little Stephen Miller clip. Take a look.
Well, the president was very clear in the comments that you just played, which is that he's talking about the semiconductor industry, which is one of the most coveted industries in the world, one of the most national security important industries in the world. Very few other countries are able to compete in this space, and all of those jobs left for Taiwan. And so the advanced semiconductor industry, which is essential to our national security, has been taken out of the country. And so he's talking about a program in which you have a knowledge transfer to Americans of how to do a very specific manufacturing process. That's completely separate and apart from the fact, as you mentioned, that President Trump, through 212F, has put a $100,000 fee on new H-1Bs. We're already seeing a dramatic change in the processing of these visas as a result of that. The Department of Labor has launched Project Firewall to fight illegal discrimination against Americans and illegal abuses of the H-1B program. You also have the highest standard of vetting that have ever been into place in new visas, including foreign student visas. The State Department has revoked tens of thousands of visas, and they're just getting started with tens of thousands of more. We have a new focus on denaturalizations. We have a new focus on cutting back on welfare tourism and welfare migration. And of course, you've seen, again, for the first time in over half a century, net negative migration to this country. You have more foreigners leaving the country than those that are being added on a permanent basis. The last time that happened was over half a century ago, during the period in American history in which we had net negative migration for an extended period of time.
Yeah, I think no longer can you say that they're not taking it far enough. And boy, oh boy, I just got to put this out there. Stephen Miller has got to be one of my favorite human beings these days. I mean, the guy just speaks to me. It's no bullshit, no beating around the bush, straight to the damn point, and saying the stuff that most people in politics would be too scared to touch with a 10-foot pole. The guy's an absolute legend, and I think it's obvious why the left hates him so much, because he goes there, he says it. You know, he's like cough medicine. You may not like it, but damn do you need it. And this, of course, is exactly what is needed. It sounds extreme, right? Revoking visas, denaturalization. Ooh, more Donald Trump fascism. But what's the standard here? I'm seeing all kinds of people saying that denaturalization is unconstitutional or somehow fascistic. But no, it's called common sense. Pulling away somebody's naturalization status could be unconstitutional if the president just snapped his finger and said, "You are no longer a citizen." But if the individuals got that status fraudulently, absolutely it should be retroactively removed.
And not just that, but if they start on this, screw America, I hate America, well, bye. I have to agree. If you're going to sit there and talk shit about the country that has been providing you with all kinds of things, and you're talking like it needs to, well, again, I even say we need to fix our system. Our system needs a lot of fixing, but not by a bunch of people who want to turn it into a communist country. Right. They're bad actors. Get rid of them. Oh, you got to drive home. Be safe, RB. But yeah, I say remove some of these. Put your foot down. Only honest, wanting to be American people should be here.
Oh, but the king has tapped his scepter on your shoulder and said, bye, bye, bye. That's
well, they'll cry all they want. They don't cry that Mexico is throwing people out in bloodier conditions than we do.
Right.
And I mean literal bloodier. Like, they are beaten, bruised, stitches before they are removed from Mexico. Let's talk about some of the other countries that will brutally remove you.
Right.
We at least say, oh, this person did this. Let's arrest them. They could either come calmly or they can get their asses whooped because they started a fight, and then they're still going to be removed. Take your pick.
Right.
In Mexico, you can go calmly all you want. They'll still beat the hell out of you. Let's go even further south. Let's see what Colombia does. Let's see what the Middle East does. You might not make it. Oh, what happened to that kid who disrespected North Korea while he was there? Came back in a coma?
And died.
Catatonic?
Uh-huh,
yeah. Keep running your mouths about how America handles our borders.
And that was
Poland just starts firing.
Right, and that was over a poster, wasn't it? Mm-hmm.
He wanted to take a poster with him.
Yep.
Yep. Poland started firing live rounds on their border. What was this, about 3 years back? Yeah. America's so bad. Okay. Sorry. It just pisses me off the way people are. Okay. Play. So we can get through this before the end of the day.
And that, of course, is what he's speaking to. Enough rewarding fraud and pretending as if it's not happening. I mean, we were just talking about the numbers coming out of Dearborn, Michigan, for instance. When you look into the data, when you look into what's going on underneath the surface, it's mind-boggling. Reports are telling us that in Dearborn's foreign-born Arab community, roughly 35 to 50%, and that equates to tens of thousands of people, are likely unauthorized. You got a huge chunk of visa overstays. You got people on tourist visas or student visas who just never left. You've got H-1B immigration fraud. You've got family sponsorship fraud, marriage fraud. The list goes on and on and on. You've got illegal entries and immigration fraud happening at a level that's never been seen before. Fake documents, lying on applications, sham marriages, playing games with asylum. And so in this case, if you were naturalized but the process was done illegally, if you lied, if you gamed the system, you should have your citizenship revoked. That's what denaturalization is for. And by the way, can somebody say Ilhan Omar? But again, the left will tell you, oh, he's just a racist. He's just Adolf Hitler. Oh, the injustice. No, this is justice. Democrats just don't like it because it doesn't benefit them politically. Of course, all of these particular groups that are engaging in this kind of stuff, they're fully dependent on Democrats. And that's another part here. You know, like I was saying the other day, Democrats' latest and greatest constituency is not the working class. No, it's the illegal. It's the foreign-born. It's the mass H-1B importees. Those are the people that they're basically locked into a contract with.
40% of the population of rent-controlled housing in New York City are foreign-born. Think about that. In one of the largest metropolitan areas in the world, 40% of rent-controlled properties are being lived in by people who weren't even born in the country. What kind of system is this? We bring in people from foreign countries, and then we pay to lower the cost of their housing, while people who were born here have to pay higher prices. So when President Trump is reducing net migration, that is what's going to ultimately, along with all these other steps, deregulation, historic tax cuts, going to bring down the cost of housing.
There you freaking go. 40% of those living in New York City's rent-controlled homes are foreign-born. Meanwhile, Americans are priced out of the damn market.
And
They're being pushed to the...
them.
Yes, he is.
All that money he makes, as wealthy as he is, as wealthy as his family is, he lives in a rent-controlled apartment.
Yep. I don't live in a rent-controlled environment.
Neither do
If I want my rent controlled, I need to get a mortgage and buy the place.
Right.
How's that fair? And again, I have nothing wrong with people who immigrate here legally and actually put forth an effort to be productive American citizens.
Correct.
My grandfather and his father did not come here to freeload off the system because there was no system to freeload off of.
Mm-hmm.
They had to find, well, my grandfather was too young, but my great-grandfather had to find work, support his 2 kids, remarried. When my grandfather turned, I think it was just before he turned 18, because he got a letter from his stepmother about the birth of his younger sister when he was in boot camp in Fort Riley. So, yeah, we're talking, my great-grandfather busted his ass. My grandfather busted his ass. My dad and his family have always busted their asses. It's this generation. I want to work, and I'm the one in bed, but the people who don't want to work are capable of working. Mm-hmm. How does it fucking make sense?
It doesn't.
Why can't my communist-supporting idiotic family be the ones disabled and in pain, and I get out there and work? Like, for fudge's sake. It just pisses me off. It really does. Tell me to shut up.
Shut up. Hit play.
Well, there's, yeah.
side so Democrats can import their new voter base. That's the reality. And they tell you, no, it's all about compassion. What about compassion for those who are ancestors of American citizens who fought in wars, paid taxes their whole lives, started families, and have legacy and cultural and traditional attachments to the nation? What about those people? No, those people be damned. The top priority of the state is the newcomers. It's just wrong. It's fundamentally wrong, especially at the level that it's happening. And that level, of course, is being exacerbated with all the fraud that's going on, with all the abuse of the system. It's just become unsustainable. And there's all this anti-immigrant sentiment. Well, you created this, Democrats. At first, people didn't have issues with limited and very controlled levels of migration, but now, obviously, it's been taken too far. Obviously, this is about replacement. And when you have something that's gone too far, you have to pull back, and that is essentially exactly what Stephen Miller is saying. It's common sense. It's not racist. It's what has to happen. Enough of this phony compassion for the world's poor at the detriment of America's lower and middle class. And really, we know this isn't even about compassion. It's about endless economic growth for the big players, for the corporations who need to keep posting growth numbers. Yeah, well, the middle class is not growing, and that should be the focus of politicians. And that's where their lack of compassion shines. That and, the fact that they're mass importing illegal gang members.
We want to talk about how these determinations are often being made. We hear rhetoric about gang tattoos. Let's look at this gang tattoo here. 666 on the forehead of an illegal alien, Antonio Israel Lazo Quintanilla.
As much as I like tattoos, that's overkill. Just gonna say that.
Just a tad. Well, it might look better if he had color in it.
It looks like they wrote permanent marker over his lip.
Right.
But that's a fresh tattoo. It says 18 on his lip. Why the fuck would you have the word 18 written across your lip?
I don't know. Is that how old he is?
I have no clue. That level of tattoos is appalling. I'm sorry.
Oh, you know.
How are you?
When we're done here, if you can find the video with the piercings.
Oh yeah, I'll go back and grab that. That's one that while we're watching the last of this, let me go grab that. Holy fuck, another one.
I simply do not want an illegal alien with 666 tattooed on his forehead in my country, and I don't think that most Americans would disagree with me there. As we've talked about earlier, this law does comport with due process. There are opportunities for illegal aliens to appeal decisions, deportation decisions, but if Democrats would like to explain why this illegal alien with 666 tattooed on his forehead should be given free rein.
I know. I know.
Okay. Woo.
Oh, take a deep breath. Oh, hold on, I had to pause the short that I just pulled up. But, no, it's okay. I'm going to add it to the list too. But yeah,
pretty funny. Welcome, Vanilla.
I wonder if he's an engineer or a doctor. Yeah, I doubt it. Unless he's engineering the newest drugs for the market, maybe. But yeah, I would not. Why would you just it? Okay, yeah, that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, but then when we see the next thing, it'll be all make sense, right?
Yeah, because even me with facial piercings and I've got tattoos, nothing like what we're going to be showing you in this. Nowhere near it.
In the interior of our country, they are welcome to.
Or, just funneling children into slavery, human trafficking rings by the tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands.
Under the last administration, what safeguards were put in place to protect vulnerable, unaccompanied children?
Previously discussed the post-placement welfare checks, which consisted of 2 phone calls. Again, if the sponsor didn't answer, the case was no longer followed up on. But there was also a notice of concern hotline where people could report concerns about the unaccompanied child's safety. But what this administration found was from August 2023 to January of 2025, 65,000 calls went unanswered. Those calls spanned from, complaints about stale bread all the way to being abused, to one case where a child's call was reporting that grown men were coming into his room at night and they were touching him. Nothing happened with that call. That call went unanswered until this administration took office, went through those 65,000 calls, made follow-ups, conducted a welfare check, and now that child has been rescued and that sponsor has been arrested. These are the safeguards that were put in place, but accountability and oversight was not had.
It's not compassion, it's a frickin' scam. They're selling out the soul of the nation. They're selling out your future, your kids' future. Really, I think it's the destruction of the nation in a lot of ways. Without a cohesive culture, without history and ties, without assimilation, without patriotism, how can a nation even survive? And so yes, it's time for the nuclear option. I think Stephen Miller is absolutely right, even if it sounds extreme or scary on surface level. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys.
Yeah, I agree.
100. And I do like Stephen Miller. He's very matter of fact, to the point, extremely intelligent.
Yep. And honestly, I mean, my own family, I've avoided them, but when they no longer even want to talk to me because of my political stance and where I feel and about America, I guess I was better off leaving them anyways, because at least this family agrees with me. My ex-in-laws agree with me on this stuff versus my insane family, except my dad and maybe two of my uncles. Insane people all around.
Right.
So, but yeah, this next one, I don't know if we even have to play the video because
I'd like to play
this pause right here.
This is shocking, but go ahead and play, Crazy B.
Yeah, okay, this is overkill.
I'm just so confused. Like, how is this still happening? Isn't impeachment a thing? Like,
oh my god.
He posted a video, an AI video, of him flying an F-15 dropping shit on Americans. He posted that himself. A sitting president. Guys, what's going on?
So yeah, impeachment is absolutely a thing. They tried it on him twice his last term, and it didn't work either time. But if your whole issue is the F-15 video that AI made, where he's dropping dookie turds on protesters and Harry Sisson, you don't want him to get impeached. Because then you're going to be stuck with J.D. Vance. And if anything, J.D. Vance goes a shitload harder. Personally, for me, him reposting an AI trolling video is a non-issue. I want him to stop giving all of our money away to other fucking countries. Quit dicking around and arrest domestic terrorists in our country en masse. And release those fucking Epstein files and put every single person who was involved in prison. Like, forever. Preferably a wood chipper. That's just me, though.
I want to point out, he's got gauged ear piercings.
Right.
So, you can tell he's not opposed to the piercing stuff. And yet, the political opinion difference. But let me go back to Chica's face. He's got a good message, but Chica's face I can't get over.
So,
I have the nose piercing.
Former HR executive, right?
Yes.
Here to tell you, you will not, N-O-T, not be hired.
Yeah. And we talked about this. Like, again, with all my facial piercings, I can put in clear retainers that are not obvious. Or you can put in a delicate jewelry. I have the nose piercing. I actually think the dimple piercings are cute, but I personally won't do it. One, my age, and two, so what? Her future dentist is going to be very rich at her expense. And yes, all that metal rubbing up against your teeth destroys them, which is why I've not done any lip piercings or anything like that over my life, because it will destroy your teeth. Tongue piercings can even do that. That's why you're supposed to use plastic tongue piercings, not metal. Mm-hmm. Just imagine all the food that is going to catch in on a normal day. Yes. Thank you. Do people not think this through? And again, I've got a nose piercing. Both eyebrows are pierced. Eventually, I'll get my tongue pierced. But again, you can do this in a way that isn't going to get you fired or never hired. Like, seriously, all my tattoos can be covered.
Unless I should take that back because there could be a job, such as, she.
Janitor?
No, I was thinking more like she catches rodents in the dirt and
Oh
they
yeah,
age.
she does look like a mole with
Yeah.
all the spikes. If she were to flip the top ones around so they go up,
Uh-huh.
yeah, she absolutely. But the second she yawns, she'll be picking her own nose with her own jewelry.
Right. Kind of reminds
I'm
me like of a
sorry.
warthog, right?
Yes. And you don't need to get a septum piercing that large. There are delicate septum piercings. You could go as low as a 20 gauge. No, 22 gauge. I'm sorry, 22 gauge for a septum piercing because it's cartilage. And that is no bigger than what you put in your ear. So a hoop earring that would fit in your ear, that delicate, small, can go through the nose. You don't have to look like that.
Oh.
But
She identifies as, I don't know, but
she identifies as Edward Scissorhands got a hold of her.
perhaps.
I don't know. It's like, again, I have no problem with quite a few things, but the only job she's ever going to get to work is at a tattoo parlor.
Even then I'd question it.
Oh, Crown says any oral material rubbing against the gums, no matter the type of foreign material, is going to promote premature periodontal disease. And that's why when you get a tongue ring, you're supposed to use mouthwash more frequently, even after the piercing is healed. You're supposed to continue doing that, or even a saline flush with your mouth, like, rinse your mouth with salt water to kill bacteria, because it's just going to cause problems. And again, it's a choice people choose to make. Me, I've got a bunch of teeth that need to be pulled. I can't have a tongue piercing or any jewelry in my mouth when I do so. So why not just wait till those last teeth are pulled and I go from there?
Right.
So, and again, that the dental problems did not come from poor lifestyle or anything like that. Health problems and inflammation and being on medication that destroys bone over time was the reason that went downhill. So, yeah, it's just, again, like, I just want to take a magnet to her face.
She's still shocking to look at her.
Yeah, I'm allergic to a lot of the metals, so I have to use the retainer style jewelry for all my piercings. And it's like, I just, negative B, she can easily get employed in telemarketing company. No need to see the thing. I can't read it without laughing.
Crown Target, that would only work if she could work from home.
Yes.
If she had to come into the office, the staff would be constantly staring like, oh, let us see how you eat your food.
Yeah, like,
I know.
I planned out all my tattoos and piercings well in advance. Like, this can be covered. This can be opted with something delicate, nice looking jewelry. It doesn't need to be spikes and weird things. Like, even my eyebrow piercing. I know I've sent you pictures before, Dee, of the opal and gold barbells I want to get put in.
Right.
I've still got a few more months before it's healed enough to do that. But that is something that's even acceptable at work because it's appropriate.
Right.
Spikes in a workplace in the medical field, I think, is unacceptable. If I was working in a garage as a mechanic or something, anything where I'm not.
That's it. They make them in bottles that you unscrew. I was going to say the old metal oil can. Here's the can.
She's a can opener.
Uh-huh.
It's why do this to yourself? You think she's got a bulk discount on her piercing jewelry? They largely look identical. Yes, I think that's exactly what she did. I buy mine in bulk, but I get the variety of the different beads and stuff with the, because I have, like I said, the plastic barbell retainer. It's a BioFlex thing that I use, and I just swap out my beads with whatever I so choose. And so I have like a probably 150 something barbells laying around that I can't use.
Wow.
So, yeah, but no, at least get creative with your jewelry. Get creative. Make it match. Well, she did make it match.
Creative.
She made it match. That's not creative. That's just appalling and signs that she has some kind of deep down, kind of probably like the sadomasochistic BDSM type thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
And for those who might be curious as to why I got my piercings, desperate for medical relief on a few things that medicines weren't working, I went with some Eastern culture stuff and was, I thought, BS, this ain't going to work, but what the hell, I wanted these piercings anyways at some point in my life. And found out that some of them actually do work. I was quite stunned. Mm-hmm. Did not do it for the I like to hurt myself pain. Right. This was not that. I have a really high pain tolerance, so it wouldn't have worked anyways. But we did both my eyebrows back to back, and I didn't even shed a tear. And most people who get their eyebrows pierced, their eyes automatically water. Not me at all. My pain tolerance is up there. So, yeah. It's pretty interesting. BOGO was strong for her around the holiday sales. And, at least, if you're going to do these kind of piercings, get something that looks good, like a jewel stud. The jewel stud around the lip, or like on a corner, or even the dimple piercings as a stool, like a jeweled stud would look better than that. Get a diamond. Get a small diamond. Get a ruby, small. Put it in. That'll look cute. What she did, no, that doesn't even look good. I'm sorry. Here I am critiquing body art. Let me...
Go ahead. Well,
I'm sorry.
We watched it, so...
Oh, yeah. I could do an entire video of just critiquing people's styles, and I'm not good. But I think... what we have up next is even better than this. You sent this over. I thought it was worth sharing.
I think this particular channel, the link will be in the description below. This came across my feed earlier this week, and I just found it to be so, probably because I was tired, so adorable, funny, hysterical. It's a relatively new channel, and they take Trump and put him into various positions with other Democrats, Republicans. You'll see take on Nancy Pelosi, etc. So we have this one for today, just to keep an eye on what's going on.
Hold on one second.
Okay.
Actually, I can just type. I don't have to type it. I can just say it. I was going to reply to Vanilla Pie. It's not that girls are into it more these days. There's always been the fringe of like what you would consider goth or heavy metal groups that always did this stuff. In the 80s and 90s, it really peaked. But these younger generations are probably doing this for all the wrong reasons. Not for the rebellious reason, piss off the parents. Okay, yeah, but the people from the 80s, the early 80s through the 90s, probably took out most of their piercings and let them heal.
Right.
And that's why you don't see it as much. I know people older than me with tongue piercings and other piercings that aren't visible to the public from back in the day. So it's kind of hit or miss with why they did it back in the day. But no, back in the 90s, a lot of girls I knew were not so much the mouth piercings, but the eyebrows, the nose, all the way up the ears, and other body piercings were done. Just kind of like Crown Target said. I hate to imagine if there are locations we can't see. So
right.
Again, older women, you wouldn't know. They still have those piercings. Just going to put it out there.
Maybe not.
I know a few.
I'm just saying. You don't know. No. We share and we don't share.
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
Let me hit play.
Your ABC fake news, I don't want
Oops.
Brian, please.
First of all,
Don't take questions from ABC fake news.
I want to
After
turn
what
this
you
down a
did
little.
with Stephanopoulos to the Vice President of the United States. I don't take questions from ABC fake news. Brian, go ahead.
Yes, sir. First of all, congratulations on achieving peace. You are indeed the peacemaker.
Hard to believe, right? Did you ever think I was going to be called a peacemaker?
Actually, I did. I saw some of the actions you were doing.
I love the expressions.
Alyssa Farah, she is one of the hosts on ABC's show The View. She said a while back, I'll quote, "If Trump gets the Israeli hostages out, I promise I will wear a MAGA hat for one day on this show and say thank you for doing it." Your response.
Well, did she put the hat on?
Well, she hasn't got the hat yet.
Who is it? Which one?
Alyssa Farah.
Oh, yeah. Well, she used to work for me. So she used to work here. I'll tell you about Alyssa. She worked here. She gave me the most beautiful letter when, the administration, the time came up, the election was rigged, I left. She gave me the most beautiful letter you've ever seen. I was a great president, what a great job. Some of the letters were horrible. This is Alyssa, who I never thought was very outstanding. I figured she would not make it. And she didn't have a big role here either. And then we had January 6th. She left after that or before that, but she gave me the most beautiful letters. And then even months after she left, and while we weren't here any longer, she sent another letter, glowing letter, beautiful letter. And then she got hired by The View, and they gave her a couple of bucks, and she changed her view very quickly. I never thought she'd make it. Never thought she had what it took in any way. You know what that means. But she's on The View. But it just shows what a fraud The View is, because this woman gave me letters and statements. She said I was the greatest president in her lifetime. Now, she's not that old, so I didn't consider it a great compliment, but I've had better.
Can we send her a hat?
Well, recently I've had the greatest president of them all. I like that much better. Because I said, does that include Washington and Lincoln? Yes, sir, it does. I said, I like that president. So I think she's a joke.
As much as I hate AI, that is funny.
It is. It's a very cute piece. If you need a little bit of levity or entertainment in your life, go check it out. Just something different that's out there and available.
Yep.
And
go ahead.
I was going to say, what else you got in the hopper there, Crazy Bee?
I have a short. Okay. We could probably squeeze in the last two things if we want to after this, or we can just start doing our outro, whichever.
Yeah, maybe that.
Okay. Let me play. This is a quick Benny Johnson one.
Can you zoom in on that?
Unfortunately,
no.
I don't know. Hold on. It does not do much.
Okay.
That's about the best I can do because it is a short, and it's just that way.
President Trump, since taking office from January through September 2025, 2.5 million native-born Americans gained employment. 1.3 million foreign workers lost employment. 2.64 native-born Americans joined the labor force. 1.23 million foreign-born workers left the labor force through either mass deportations or forced deportation or voluntary deportation or an inability to get a job because they are a criminal alien. How many criminal aliens do we have in our country? Many suspect that it would be 20 million. That's been the round number that's been kicked around. But of course, we don't know. And if what's happening in Charlotte is any indication of the true problem that we are facing here, then it is so much more severe than we could possibly imagine. You're talking about numbers more like 80 million. You're talking about a fifth of the country that's illegal and criminal and doesn't belong here. Let's go ahead and jump over to the job numbers. I just want to bang the drum a little bit here.
I have a quick question. What is the difference between employment and labor force?
The labor force is the number of people that are available to work.
Okay.
And employment is how many job opportunities are there.
Okay. That's what I was wondering, because labor force and employment is fundamentally the same thing. You're working, to me. That's what I thought of it as.
Right.
And that's why I was wondering if there is an actual difference.
Yes.
Okay.
And that'll be in the, you'll see that like in the BLS, the Bureau of Labor Statistics. You'll see it in a lot of HR materials. But again, that terminology's also been, just like many other words that we have, is a hot buzzword. So I have seen them switch back and forth. So you just need to read the article, understand what they're saying, and then kind of try to make a determination from there. But in the most part, that's what as I mentioned earlier.
Okay. That's just something I wanted to clear up in case anyone else was as confused as me by the difference that they claim that they're using. So, okay.
There is no such thing as voodoo economics. Economics is simply supply and demand. And, well, I can't wait to get to this, but every problem in your country has been created by mass immigration and criminal immigration. All of it. As you get the criminals out of the country, as you dial the legal migration down to zero, which is where it should be zero for the rest of my life. Benny, what's your problem? What's your immigration policy? Zero. The damage that has been done in my lifetime is inexplicable. We need a time for America to settle. It is right now a pot boiling over. It is certainly no melting pot. It is a pot that has cracked. You are seeing entire communities fracture and break away like in Dearborn. You're seeing Muslim caliphates being formed, communists gaining control of our largest and most powerful cities in New York. You're seeing entire no-go zones created, even in states like Florida and Miami, places like Little Haiti. We have to fix. They have done an inexplicable damage to our nation over the last 40 years, and we must reverse that trend. We need to have an assimilation period back into a harmonious culture, a high-trust society. For me, to look forward into the future and say that this is going to be a nation that continues for our children, my children, your children, we're going to need to have that.
Uh-huh.
I don't even know what to say.
I don't either, but I do know Chrome Target sent me this just now in Discord, the difference between labor force and workforce. So I will add that to the thing, to the description. And D, you were right. Those who are looking for work versus those who are already working.
Right.
So, but yeah, we've been preaching and screeching and hollering about all of this stuff. You know, the illegals taking jobs for decades.
Right.
People have been saying about this for a very long time.
And it's significantly worse now than it was then.
Yes, it is. The question is, how do we fix it?
Right.
I would love to do a stay-at-home job that people did through 2020. Give me one of those that I can do from home. I learn quickly. You don't even got to send me to college to learn this stuff. Just give me a basic introduction rundown. I got it.
Right.
There's no reason I should be needed to go to college to crunch numbers. It's kind of irritating that we've been bitching and complaining about this for, since the 70s?
Yes. And imagine stuff that went on prior to that we don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where some of the rub comes in, is for those people that have been here for 30 plus years, 20 plus years. Do they stay or do they go? My thing is, as we had mentioned early on when we started the podcast, was you've had all this time, why didn't you become legal?
Well, there was a couple of people that truly were thought they were legal. They thought everything went through right, and it turns out it didn't.
Right.
Or their parents botched it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little bit different. Give them a chance to get it fixed.
Right.
But absolutely, there's no way that they should be, just allowed to continue. And people who knowingly, fraudulently came here, out the door you go. You've known for 30 years that what you did was wrong. And I say adios and good riddance.
Right.
I've got to draw the line somewhere. And I do feel bad for people who are trying to make a better life, but you've had all this time to prove that you could do it legally, and you didn't.
Correct.
So, yeah, something's got to give at that point. Something's got to give.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one of those things.
With that being said, it's 5 minutes to 5.
Yep.
Oh, what an early day.
I agree. It's Friday. Everyone should go have fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably going to go take a nap.
That's what I'm doing.
So.
As soon as we have some dinner, so. All right. Well, everybody, thank you for joining Rex Sisters, Crazy Bee, and myself. Don't forget to like, follow, comment, share, and subscribe. That's the only way the word and the messaging is going to get out. Where you want to gear up for the 2026 midterms. So, everybody have a good weekend and stay safe.
And I always do the stay safe, stay sane, stay sober. We'll catch y'all on the next one.
Do I have to stay sober? Okay.
It helps. It really does help, to be quite honest.
All righty. We'll think about it.
All right.
Okay, good night.
Good night, guys.